Hello, Slicey Dicers. This is Brian with an EDC update for you. These are my most carried knives for January of 2019. I did not do one in December because I did one for the whole year. So a lot of stuff has changed since I did a monthly one. I think the last monthly one I did was in November. And as I said, either at that time or in the yearly one, I'm changing things up a little bit. I'm not going to include stuff that I carried for review. This is just the stuff that I carried because it's mine and I like it and I want to carry it. So that's where we are with that. So that being said, the usual, got two secondary knives, two of my smaller lists, because I usually carry two. Especially now that it's wintertime, it's great. I've got more pockets. I can carry more stuff, and I'm an idiot, so I do carry a lot more stuff during the winter just because I can. And it's wintertime. You do need more stuff also. And then I'm going to have 5 primaries, and I do have one honorable mention this time that definitely would have made the list if it wasn't loaned out to somebody for a week or so. So, all right, let's go on. Let's get going. First with the secondaries. This has been on the list before. This is not a big change. Bestech engine. Love this thing more and more every day. I don't remember what they cost, 140 bucks, something like that. I'm not gonna remember the cost on all these. I didn't look it all up, but S35VN, this is the kind of flame anno looking one. I know they have some fancy name for it, but titanium frame lock, carbon on the other side. Love the way it looks. Love the way it cuts. Love the ergos, and it's just getting smoother and smoother by the day. I wasn't as impressed with the action on it at first, but the more and more I use it, the more and more it just feels better and better. Great knife. It's definitely one that is moving up the chain, not down the chain. Really, really do like it. Great little big knife. Great little secondary. Loving it. And next up, a new addition. This is one I don't think I've shown on the channel other than the live shows maybe. I got a Dragonfly Vitoku 2. You guys bugged me forever about getting Dragonfly. I got this right before Christmas, and yeah, you guys were right. Dragonflies are pretty awesome. This is the spec my Enduro was. I did wind up selling that because it was just too big and I never carried it. But this I'm really liking. It's a great little secondary knife. Doesn't intimidate anybody. Looks almost kind of cutesy, but I do like the gray. I got it more for the gray than even for the Vitoku, but I don't like Spyderco's VG10, so I'm glad it's something different than that. But it's been holding up pretty well. And I have had to touch up the Vitoku once or twice, and it's not bad. It's fairly easy to touch up. It wasn't bad at all. Again, another one. The action's getting really smooth on it. Yeah, these FRN Spydercos, some of them come a little stiff, but man, they break in really super quick. It doesn't take long at all before they become really, really smooth. But the ergos on this thing are just so much better than I expected. I mean, again, large size hands, skinny fingers, but still, man, I can get almost my whole hand on this, and I am going to do a full video on this at some point. I'm just really backed up with loaners, or was really backed up. I finally got it all done, but I've got a bunch of stuff in the can, so it's going to be a little while, but I will do a video on this. They're long since gone, but I'm just going to do a generic Dragonfly video with this as the one that I have. So pretty neat. Very much liking the Dragonfly, and thank you guys again for bothering me. As I've said several times, I need to listen to you guys more often. All right, now on to the mains. We will start with the honorable mention, if I can figure out where I put it. There it is. There we go. Thought I was going to have to stop the video. I didn't. I found it. I've got a bunch of stuff laying around here. So I loaned this out for a little over a week, and it still almost made the list because I've really liked it since, and I've only had it for a month. This is the Steel Will Piercer. A little less than a month, actually. Really, really like this knife. D2. This is the titanium frame lock one. I will say I also had the liner lock. That's the one I gave away to you guys in my 5,000 sub giveaway. Thank you again. But this is probably not the version I would purchase. As I said in the video, Steel Will gave me 2 of them. I did not buy this knife. But I do love it. I have no intentions of ever getting rid of it. I wasn't told that I couldn't sell it, but I'm not going to. I do really like it. But if I was going to buy one, I would buy the liner lock version. It's a little cheaper, and unless you just really want a tie frame lock, I think it's what, it's like $30 difference or something in the price. I think this one's 70 something, the other one's 50 something. maybe $20. I can't remember, but it's a significant price difference, anywho. And I would go with the liner lock if I was buying one. But this one is pretty great, and it's the one I have, and it's the one I'm going to keep because I don't want to bother selling it and switching them out and all that stuff. But great knife. It is just so comfortable, just an awesome beater. Steel Wheels D2 is really good. I like the deep carry clip. It's a great knife. I'm really liking it. You're going to see this on the most carried for a long time. The action has gotten a little smoother. Not dramatically so, though. This is never going to be a real like drop shutter. You're definitely always going to have to give it some wristies. All right, next up. Here's one that snuck back in. Hasn't been on here in a while. Mostly because I did my best knives of 2018, and I played with it some more. It had just been sitting in the case for a while, and I dragged it back out and reminded myself of how much I really like it. These, oh, by the way, these last 5 are in order of least to most, whatever. They are in order. I do keep a spreadsheet and keep track of how many days I carry stuff. So next up, Civivi Backlash. Like I said, I'd forgotten how much I love this knife until I had to carry it a little bit more for that best of 2018 stuff to refamiliarize myself with it. And yeah, it's just, ergos are so good. I love the pocket clip. I love so much about it. I had thought that the Civivi Aquila was my favorite Civivi, but I let the Aquila go and I kept this. I don't like the Aquila's pocket clip, and I know I could just swap them, but I like this too much to put that pocket clip on it. I didn't like. I do like the steel on this a lot. The 9CR, I think it works great. It's super easy to sharpen. I've used this thing a whole lot, and it's always easy to touch up. This is the only Civivi I still own. I sold all my other ones. They're all great knives. I don't think Civivi makes a bad knife, but this is just my favorite, and I don't need to keep them all. Yeah, you can choke up, nice hollow grind, super thin behind the edge. There's just almost nothing to not like about this knife. The action is great. It's just awesome for the price. They're 48 bucks, whatever they are. Yeah, almost nothing to dislike about the Backlash. The black ones are not available, but they will be again. But you can get them in other colors, but the black ones are sold out, like have been for quite some time now. Next up, the Massdrop Keane. No, this is not the one I reviewed. I went and got one for my very own self. And another knife that I don't have anything to complain about. If you watch the review of that, I'll try and link to all the reviews down below. Yeah, it's just, I love the blade shape. I love the thickness behind the edge is really good. The ergos are great. Yeah, I just love it. And I've been carrying it a whole lot, and it's getting a little bit of snail traily, but not as bad as I expected it to. The finish on it, I thought, oh, that's going to mark up a lot, but it really hasn't too badly. Got the one with the holes. I'm glad I did now in retrospect. At first, I got the one with the holes because that's all they had available. But I am glad I got the one with the holes because it is a little bit more purchase on it. You can, just this big hole just happens to land right by my middle finger, and I can kind of put some pressure on it and get some more hold on. And this is a knife that I'm not afraid to use. They're not horribly expensive on Massdrop. This is, the Massdrop Ray Laconico Keane. Yeah, they're not horribly expensive. It is a production Massdrop knife, so it is going to be available regularly. They're always going to come in batches like they always do, but it's going to be regularly available, and I highly recommend it. It is an awesome knife. It really is. And next up, we have the Kershaw Bareknuckle. Love the Bareknuckle, and this is another knife. Again, I sound like a broken record, but the way this thing has broken in is just, I mean, it's like almost ZT smooth. ZT is Kershaw's big brother. It is ridiculously smooth. I don't have, everybody's complains, the only big complaint you see about them is if you have your finger on that lock bar at all, it's really hard to open. It doesn't seem to affect mine that much. I don't know what that is, but mine doesn't seem to be affected by it much, but just a great, I just love the action on it. and at 70 bucks, whatever they are, it's something that I'm not too worried about beating on. So it's like a fun knife for the action, and the blade works great too. 14C28N, good steel, nice deep carry clip. Yeah, ergos are pretty good. I raved about it, and everybody's raving about it. You know this is the big hit. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. I just wanted to show you how well this thing has broken in and how smooth these things can get. Because a lot of us kind of rushed our reviews out. I didn't realize how smooth this thing was going to get. It is ridiculous on IKBS ball bearings. And next up, second most carried, is the Spyderco Caparo. And this is going to live on this list for quite a while, probably. I love the Caparo. It is definitely my favorite Spyderco right now. S3V steel, the gorgeous carbon fiber. It looks classy as hell, works great. It is designed to be a food prep knife, and I have used it as such quite a bit. I think I said the last time it was in one of these videos, I eat at a diner a lot when I drop my daughter off at school, and I eat steak and eggs, and they give you a crappy knife, and when I know I'm stopping at that diner, I take this because it's a great little folding steak knife, and it's infinitely superior to the ones that they have because let's face it, diner steaks usually aren't that awesome. These are better than average, but still thin and tough. That's what breakfast steak is supposed to be. It's supposed to make you work for it. But loving this thing, loving the action. Again, another one that's broken in really well. But this has been broken in really well for quite some time now because I carried a ton. But by far, my most carried knife of January 2019 is definitely the ZT0562 tie. I have been in love with this thing since the day I got it. It's just, you guys if you followed the channel, my slow evolution into Hinderer guy, I did buy a real Hinderer once, but it was the wrong size. I got the 3-inch. I should have got the 3.5 XM18. This is kind of ZT's version of the 3.5-inch XM18, and I am super happy with it. The only downside to it is that I'm so happy with it, I'm no longer really that interested in getting a real 3.5-inch XM18. It's that good. It just really, really is. I'm not going to say it's better. Definitely wouldn't say it's better. You can see some little things in quality stuff, that the real ones are just a little bit better. But yeah, nice deep carry clip comes with it, and action is superb. Yeah, like you said, see, it's almost exactly like the Bareknuckle was. Yeah, it's just, I'm in love with this knife. Ergos are awesome. The blade is great. And again, it's full production. So I don't mind using it. I don't care. Excuse me, I don't care. And I think if I had a, excuse me, a real Hinderer, I'd worry about using it. I know with my other one, I kind of was like a really hardcore using it. Because they're very expensive and they come in very limited runs, and that particular color combination that you had, if something happened to it, you might not be able to get it again. This, I know I can just go get another one. And see, that's my thing. I don't worry as much about the price of a knife. I just want to know I can go get another one anytime I want, if I break it. And this one, I know these aren't cheap at all. They're about $280. But if I broke it, I know I could go get another one. But I can't fathom me doing something that would break this because, or severely damage it, maybe chip a blade or something like that. But other than that, can't really see how I'd hurt this thing too bad. I think it's stronger than me, that's for sure. But awesome, awesome knife. And satisfies my Hinderer Jones. So that's it. This video went longer than I thought, and I apologize for my voice. It is extremely cold outside, and I just came back indoors. But, that's it. That's my most carried of 2018. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. I've been Brian. Have a good one.